it's kind of been a long time coming for you, hasn't it? Were you excited when you got the call?
Yeah, no, it's a bit of a weird one. Usually, you get it after a win. Well, that's the trend I've sort of noticed, so it was a bit bittersweet. But yeah, I got told pretty casually yesterday, and sort of by Josh Mahoney, and he sort of just slipped it in a text, so it was a bit weird. But no, it was it was good to hear. But yeah, obviously, I'm disappointed with the loss on the weekend.
So you would have preferred to have got the nomination after a win?
Oh, I think anyone would really. If you play well in a winning game, you'd probably rather get recognised for that rather than in a losing side.
How have you seen your season so far, mate?
Well, I've really tried to be consistent. So probably one of my biggest things is being consistent as a forward. I don't want to go in and out of games. I think I've done that. And I'm sort of just trying to play my role each week. And Ruzi makes it pretty simple for me. And if I can do that, I can keep my spot. And anything that comes off the back of that's just a bonus. So yeah, just trying to keep it simple and try and stay consistent.
It seems like the expectation on you is so high though, and you've met those even though they're so high. Do you feel like you've exceeded your own expectations?
Oh, like I said, I haven't really reflected too much on my season. I sort of just go week to week. Once you finish the game, you review it and you go on to the next. I haven't looked back at it too much. And obviously, I think we're 3-6, so we're a long way from where we want to be. But personally, I've been fairly happy with the start of my season, and I just got to keep doing what I'm doing and hopefully improving by week.
But how much improvement do you think you've got left in you, not only for this season but going forward as well?
Oh, plenty. I think it takes a lot of time for younger players to develop, and each week I learn something new. I play on an All-Australian defender every 3 weeks, or all these good defenders, so you learn something different every week basically. So no, I think I'm just getting started and I've got plenty to learn and plenty to develop.
Melbourne fans have waited so long to see you, and we've seen players in your circumstances before kind of crumble under the pressure, but you seem to be embracing the spotlight and really owning the moment. Can you talk to us a little bit about your mindset?
Oh, really, you've just got to try and block that out as much as you possibly can, especially I had to sit on expectation for an extra year by not playing last year. So I try to block it out as much as I can, and I think Ruzi's really good at it. He sort of plays me down, and he sort of just keeps it simple. So yeah, I'll just try. You can't block it all out, but yeah, it's just you can't get caught up in. If you get, that'd be the worst thing to do, is just look into it too much. So just try and avoid it and just do my own thing.
Can you enjoy it?
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. You enjoy. When you get wins and you get a good article about the team, and then if you've had a good game, you can enjoy it. But if you're losing, you sort of just got to keep looking to improve and improve on the week before.
Do you feel like you can have a real impact on games though? It seems for a period at least that when the ball goes in the forward line and you're there, it seems like you can have a real impact on the lifts of the team.
Oh, I think I've got to believe that I can, have an impact. I play as a key position player, and it's our job to sort of have a presence. So yeah, I believe that I can impact a game significantly.
How do you take the comparisons to Jonathan Brown?
Oh, well, it was funny actually. The first time this got brought up, I think was Nathan Jones. Before he went in, he said he wasn't gonna, put expectation on me, and he comes out and goes, "Sorry, mate, I've just put the Jonathan Brown on you." So, but no, obviously, it's an honour to be compared to such a legend of the game. Obviously, I personally don't think I'm anywhere near him, but to be compared to him at a young age, obviously, is something to be proud of, I guess, or however you want to take it.
Have you met him? Have you met John Brown?
No, I haven't actually, but Jade Rawlings, our backline coach, is good friends with him, so he's flicked me a text, and yeah, no, not much further than that though.
What sort of shtick do you cop around the change rooms? Is Jay Brown becoming a bit of a nickname for you, or what else do you cop from your teammates?
No, not at all. No, none of that. I sort of try to play that down, and because I've been playing all right, I've sort of stopped that last year. They were giving me a fair bit because the media would still write about me, and I hadn't really even played a game. But now they've sort of cut down since I started playing, which is good.
Is that the Great White Hope stuff? Is it true they actually the boys used to talk to you, say, "Oh, it's the Great White Hope walking in the room"?
Yeah, but they're completely, taking the mickey out of me, like that. Yeah, so not so much anymore, which is good.
Your sledge, I think it was back playing the Bulldogs. Is that true, or is that a myth blown out?
Oh, it's 9 days ago. It's old news. I'm trying to let that one slide. Every time it goes down, it seems to arise again with Kerry bringing it up last Friday. But yeah, I'll just leave that one on the field. I can leave that one where it is.
Sorry, you go.
How are you going physically now? Have you put all the injury stuff behind you?
Yeah, no, my body's feeling probably better than it ever has. I had a really monitored pre-season, which was ideal for someone of my height and weight, and having the break a few weeks ago was probably the best thing for me, and I'm feeling fresh, so no, all good this far.
You had to hang around obviously here in Melbourne a couple of years before you finally made your debut. During that time, have you missed home at all? Do you still miss home, or are you very happy here in Melbourne now?
Obviously, last year was pretty difficult being injured and having to watch the boys run out every week, and you try and get away from footy when you're injured as much as you possibly can. But when you're in Melbourne, it's pretty hard to escape the footy scene. But the club's been really good. Whenever I've been injured or homesick, they've sent me home. But when I'm playing, I'm really enjoying Melbourne, and I think like anyone else, as long as you're playing footy and you're enjoying yourself, everything just comes off the back of that. So
If your star does continue to rise, that you will get interest from other clubs. That's only natural. Do you see yourselves almost being a one club player because with all the potential here at this club?
Oh, it's hard to say. I'd like to think that I'm going to be a one-club player, but you never know what's going to happen. But at this stage, I'm extremely happy where we are, and the future's looking bright. So there's no reason to leave at the moment.
Paul Roos last night on 360 was flagging possible delistings for players without performance. How does the playing group take that kind of feedback?
Yeah, well, that's the sport we play. It's pretty cutthroat. At the end of every year, there's got to be 5 to 8 changes. So I think you always got to be on your toes, no matter where you are or no matter how you're playing, or you've always just got to be ready. And it's just the sport we play, cutthroat.
You mentioned that some players just haven't got over what's happened here in the past. I mean, you're someone who's come in as a fresh, without naming names, obviously, but can you sense that from some areas on the ground at some times? You can sense that some players just can't get over what's happened here in the past.
Oh, it's hard for me to comment on that. I've only started playing this year, and I haven't had a lot to do with them. I think I'd have to probably play a few more games and a couple of seasons to pick up on things like that. They're pretty, pretty big. I don't know, things you'd pick up on. But no, I think we got a long way to go and a long way to develop. And I think sometimes when we are getting smashed, you can see some players go a little bit self-preserved and go into their old habits. But I think it's something we've improved on dramatically. And it's pretty hard to get over the last couple of years, and if you've been here for that, it's pretty daunting pass. So I don't think it's a big deal, but I can imagine that some players might still think of it.
This round, Collingwood haven't beaten them in the past 10 games. How does that how does that loom large with you guys?
Yeah, obviously, well, we haven't done our review yet, so we'll do that today, and then we'll get straight on to looking at Collingwood. But obviously, it's a super important game like every other week. But they had a big win. I think all the boys watched that, so they're going to be up and about, and we've got to respond. And I think on the weekend we were disappointing, but the week before we were really good. So not sure how Ruzi will go about this week, but I'm sure he has something good planned. So not too sure yet.
People make the comment that Melbourne almost gets himself up this week, almost like it's their grand final. How much are you thriving playing in your first Queen's Birthday clash?
Yeah, obviously, you're probably the biggest crowd I've ever played in front of, but you just got to try and treat it like every other game, as hard as that is when you run out and there's a bigger crowd and probably more Collingwood supporters than there will be Melbourne supporters. But you just got to try and not let it get to you. Melbourne don't get a lot of massive games, so it's pretty easy to get taken over by the big stage. But I'm just going to try and treat it like another normal game and go out and do my thing. And I think all the boys will probably have the same mindset.